Hello everybody, this is Fuji here, and in today's video we have a little bit of a server upgrade going on tonight. Rather, a very substantial server upgrade at that. This is my Dell Poweredge T430 tower form factor server. This is pretty much what is responsible for running basically all of the server related tasks, my virtualized tasks, that I have going on in my home lab and just production environment. It handles both things very well. It runs VMware ESXi 8 version update 3B, so it just got released and it's pretty up to date, and I'm pretty happy about that. But what came in the mail was a memory upgrade. Right now, it sits at 64 gigs, and that has prevented me from undertaking a few projects that are a little bit memory intensive. I was always hovering around 45 to 50% memory utilization, sometimes even encroaching upon 60, 65. So knowing that for the rest of this year and the coming year, I will be doing some memory intensive things that will require more system memory installed, among a few other things, of which a video later, I decided to go ahead and just bring this thing up to a nice, cushy 256 gigabytes. I'm going to be running DDR4 2400 megahertz ECC. The seller opted to give me modules of Cisco labeled memory, but really it's just Hynix ECC memory as far as anything goes. No difference there, probably just because these modules were vendored out to Cisco appliances, if anything else. So I'm just going to look over the chart here to see if I'm following the table correctly to upgrade this system, and I will be back when I go ahead and do that. So before I pause the video, we'll take a look inside, and as you can see, we only have one DIMM here and one DIMM here. That each DIMM is corresponding to each CPU. So there will be more than one DIMM. There will be 8 DIMMs in this configuration when it's all said and done. So let's go ahead and pause this, and I will be back with you in just a sec. If you have a Dell PowerEdge T430 yourself, and you'd like to bring it up to 256 gigabytes of DDR4 2400 in 32 gigabyte modules, of which I'm doing right now, you're going to need to populate the following slots: A1, A2, A3, A4, B1, B2, B3, and B4. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll show you what that looks like once I'm done carefully, and once I, do the static provisions and stuff like that. I'll show you what that looks like when it's done. Dell has comprehensively labeled these slots, a little bit unconventional to the orientation of certain servers that I've worked with before, but A1, A2, A3, A4, B1, B2, B3, and B4 have been installed in the corresponding slots. You can even see another 2 down there. So I'm going to go ahead and get the baffle back on, finish up cleaning up the baffle itself, and give it a power on test, and we'll see if we're in business or not. At this time, the system is not completely booted up. I'm waiting for its little sub-management computer to boot up. That is the iDRAC. And it will tell you when it's deciding to boot up here. So let me log on to the iDRAC, and we'll see just how much memory it reports. As we can see, we are in the iDRAC management system of the server, and we're going to go ahead and boot this up and see how much memory it reports. So how we do that is we're going to navigate to launch the IKVM, which is a remote console. You can operate this server entirely headless if you so choose. And we're going to go ahead and power it on. And we'll just see what all it tells us. Power cycle it. It says you're about to turn on the server. Do you want to do that? Yes. And as you can see, the server is powering on, as per my query. So, we'll see what it has to say. It's configured its memory, but what it will do after it's done with its splash screen and after it's done loading all of its preliminaries is that it should notify me, the administrator, that the memory has been changed, the capacity has changed, something of that nature. Perfectly normal. We can go to system setup, but let's just wait for it to just tell me that the memory has changed. It's a very quiet server. It will ramp its fans up while it's doing its power on self-test, but that's nothing to be concerned about. When it says lifecycle controller and it's collecting its system inventory, that means that it's taking a roster of what is installed, expansion cards, memory, CPUs, etc., etc., storage devices, and that. Took a lot longer than usual, which means it noticed a change. It's trying to boot PXE, which it won't because there's nothing for it to boot PXE from. There is no optical drive. I guess it's booting ESXi now. ESXi should tell us the amount of installed memory. I guess I was a little bit too slow in getting it to the F2 start menu. I'll wait for this to boot up and then I'll show you the results. I just went ahead and instructed the DRAC to see what all it inventoried, and as we can see, A1, A2, A3, A4, B1, B2, B3, and B4 are detected, and we have a reported 256 or 255.9 gigs of installed memory in this server now. We can indeed install 256 more if we truly need that. So, thank you very much for tuning in. I know it was just a simple memory upgrade, but this is something that is going to lead to pretty cool things to come. I do have a little bit of a package for it in the mail that's going to be in regards to the CPU department of things, bringing that up to this is just its idle state, bringing it up to the V4 spec, which it is rated to do. The BIOS has already been pre-updated, so unfortunately there will be no demonstration of that, but there are many comprehensive videos and tutorials on how to do that for yourself, and the BIOS update configuration files are available readily on Dell's driver website. So I'm going to go ahead and call it here, and we're going to go ahead and relaunch some of my virtual machines. Not all of them, because in the next 4 or 5 days here, I'm going to have to take the thing down again and put the new CPUs in service, of which maybe a video. That's always a stressful part. But in any case, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I will see you in the next one. This is Fuji signing out.